So to optimize the image, the first thing to do is to make sure that you choose the correct preset. So because we're going to be scanning the bladder, we'll go up to the top here and we're going to choose urology. And then on the left hand side of the screen, you can either just use the simple menu here where you can adjust the gain and the depth, or you can press this down arrow, which is just here, and that'll give you more options. So for example, we've got depth, which we can set a couple of different ways to set the depth. You can touch on the left or right of depth, or you can slide left and right as well. And you can also actually slide just by putting your hand over the depth controls on the left hand side of the image too. So that's depth. Moving along, you have the 2B, which is split screen, or the TGC. The TGC will change the brightness at that level of the screen where the slider is. The next thing down is the gain, so you can adjust the gain for a brighter or darker image. The focus position is this little yellow arrow here, so if we adjust the focus position to the area that we're interested to see, that's how we optimize the image there. So it should be in line with the area of interest. For frequency, the higher the frequency, the clearer the image should be, or the better the resolution should be, but the less depth penetration you'll get. So when the image is quite, when the frequency is quite low rather, it might appear a bit more blurry, but you should get better depth penetration. Okay, the dynamic range, I like to keep it about 100. The greater the dynamic range, the more detail that you should see in the image, but the less contrast. Persistence is how long the image stays on the screen for. So if we take it right off, it's going to appear really grainy, and if you take it up too much, it's going to appear really slow and fuzzy. So I'm just moving the probe so you can see that. And I usually keep it on 3. Tissue specific imaging, you got general, muscle, fat or fluid, so we'll stick with fluid on this one. The enhanced mode I usually keep on 4, but you can change it if you prefer a different preset. The grey map just alters the appearance of the greys. So you can find one that you like just by scrolling through. I like the contrast of that. Acoustic power I usually keep at 100. Crossbeam on or off, it basically takes into account the sideways movement of the ultrasound beam as well as the up-down movement. Expand mode you can put on if you want a wider field of view, or off if you don't. Left-right flip you can choose on or off. And up-down mode just flips the image upside down.